Hello, crazy crafters. It's Dawn from Krazy and Krafty. And I thought tonight we would make a happy camper wreath. This is the cutest sign. Oh my gosh, I just love it. Love the turquoise with the red. It's the shape of the camper. It's so cute. I went ahead and did a couple steps ahead of time to save some time with the viewing. So as we go, I'll let you know how much was cut, how long it was, and everything. So we're gonna start with the sign. This sign had a little attachment here, and we just cut this off because you don't need that. And then what I do is I take, these are cable tie mounts, and there's a little sticker on the back, and it just peel this off. And what I do is I put a little dab of glue, of super glue, and I stick it down in all 4 spots. And then, just for some more reinforcement, because we don't want it coming off on our sign if it's at home or a customer's sign, we don't want them coming off their wreath. So what we'll do is we'll go around the edges with hot glue. So you just take your glue gun, and then we're gonna go around and seal it in. So I did that ahead of time. Let me get that ready. So I'll just set it aside over here. And then I pulled out 4 pipe cleaners that I'll use to attach that sign later. Okay, so we're gonna get started here. This is just a simple, basic wreath wire form here. And you'll need 12 pipe cleaners. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna start here, and we always start on the inside, and we'll use this little seam as a guiding point. So we're gonna start here, and we're gonna make them even, and then we're gonna cross it over, and then we're gonna twist it 2-3 times real tight so that it doesn't move on you. And we're gonna continue that around, lining it up with the seam here as a little extra base and support. So we're gonna cross it real tight and then twist. We're gonna continue this around all the way for the inside only, because the bottom rings are a little different. So we'll do 6 on the top, and we're gonna do 6 on the bottom, but they're gonna be a little bit different than this placement. This placement here, we're using the seam as our starting guide point. Gives it a little stability too. So we're gonna cross it, pull tight, twist, twist. Let's do it again. Last one on the top. Cross over, twist, and twist a couple times. Now, for the next part here, we have our 2 here that are on the seams. So we're gonna use these next 2 bottom rings all the way around, but we're gonna go directly in the center of our 2 pipe cleaners that we put on the top. So we're gonna go in between, do the same exact thing. We're gonna cross over, and we're gonna pull it tight, twist, twist, and it shouldn't move. See how I pick it up and I'm knocking this back and forth? It's important that these are very tight, because you're going to be putting mesh in here and ribbon, and they will fall over, they will sag. So we wanna make sure that we keep our pipe cleaners nice and tight on the rings. We're gonna do the same thing on all the way around for the bottom 6. So you're gonna have a total of 12 pipe cleaners when you're all said and done. We're gonna cross them real tight and twist a couple times. Not too many times, 2-3 times is good. We don't want to run out of pipe cleaner because we're going to be using these as our attachment locations for the mesh and the ribbon. And so if we twist 5, 6, 7 times every time we do something, we're going to run out of pipe cleaners. So we don't want that. We will cut them off at the end, but it's good to have them as much as we need while we're working. So we'll finish up here with this. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. Wish I was doing a Facebook Live. I'm not. Don't have my equipment yet for that. So I decided I would do a video instead while I'm waiting for the equipment. All right, so that's what it should look like. Zoom out a little bit here. That's what it should look like for you when you're working. I'm gonna zoom down in here so we can get to a spot so you can see what we're gonna do next. So I'm gonna set this aside and I'm going to work with my mesh. And for this, we're gonna do a Cruffle method. So we cut it at 30 inches. I'm gonna put something heavy on the end here. Let's see if you can see me that way. All right, so we're gonna put something heavy on that end. And then, so what I like to do is, I like to start with a little curl here. And what this does is mesh frays a lot. So the more you touch it, it's going to come unraveled. It's going to start to fray at the ends. So what I like to do is start with a little curl so it protects your ends and your edges are tucked inside. And then I'm going to hold with my thumb and my forefingers here. And then I'm going to start walking it up and try to stay straight as you can. It's gonna go wonky back and forth, but you want a rippled method. You want it to be ripply on the edges, like butterfly, but you don't want it to go haywire either one-sided or the other. So I try to stay in the middle. Then we get about a hand to the end and I take off my tool, whatever's holding it down, and I'll just bring this in and curl it in towards me, just like I did with this one. So now you pinch them together. Don't be afraid. Go ahead and grab them, pinch them together. And you've got like a little noodle on each end. You've got like a little butterfly bow tie look. And then I'm gonna grab my wreath form, bring it back over. And then we're gonna start on the bottom and go all the way around. And we're gonna stick this into our pipe cleaner. And I try to work down at the bottom of the pipe cleaner. See where I can take my hand away? So it nice and tight. So I can cross it, pull it tight, and twist it about 2 times. And then we're gonna kind of move it and situate it, kind of move them over. They can fill up a little bit more space. And that's it. And then we're gonna put it aside. I'm gonna put a bucket there. Move that aside, and I'm gonna grab my next one. Might be kind of boring for you to watch me do all of these, but I'll try to do it as quickly as I can. Do my little curl, walk up my mesh. Take that off. If you're doing it with me, I hope I'm not going too fast. If you're waiting for me to finish all of these to get to the next step, I will go as fast as I possibly can. I'm gonna cross over, tight, pull it, twist, twist, and then situate it a little bit. And we're gonna go to the next one. We're gonna do this 6 times around the bottom. So it shouldn't take too long. And if you're doing it with me, feel free, you can pause and replay as many times as you want to. I figured it's good to go live on you, or go on YouTube, make a video. The good thing about this method is you can do this method for a lot of kits. It doesn't have to be this exact Happy Camper kit. You can use this method for any of the wreath kits that will be, basically this one will be the mesh here, and then it is going to have the ribbons, and this will be a sign on the bottom and a big bow at the top. So you can use this method for any of the wreath kits. that we sell on Krazy and Krafty. And this is the method that a lot of the times we will do in our wreath classes, because we do wreath vines and wine at Krazy and Krafty. So we have an actual storefront, a brick and mortar location. So if you're in Michigan, you can come and visit us, come have a wreath class with us. We do wreath classes with wine. So it's kind of like that painting place that a lot of people know about, where you can bring your wine. And we are just like that, only better. We do our wreath classes with wine. It's so much fun. We have such a great time. Oh my gosh. So if you are able to come to a class, come see us. We'd love to have you. If you're not near us, that's okay too, because we sell the wreath kits that most of our classes are. We have some kits that aren't a class, but the majority of the kits that we sell will be also a class, so that you're not left out. If you're not in Michigan, it's okay. We got you. You can still do a wreath with us. I think I'll do a video of our class as well sometime. We'll start with a little tour of our shop, where you can come and make your wreaths with us in person. Home decor workshops as well, live in person. Bring your wine. So getting back to the wreath kits, if you are watching to do one of the wreath kits, if you've purchased this Happy Camper wreath kit and you're watching it with me and doing it along, hello, thanks for your purchase. If you're just watching to get tips and tricks and pointers, love that too. So now we got to this point here. Let me zoom out so you can see. Sorry about that. Trying to make it so you can see the whole thing. Move that out of the way. So this is what it looks like when you've got your bottom level of mesh only. And this is 30-inch mesh. I'm sorry, it's 10-inch mesh cut into 30-inch strips. And there's 12 total cut, 6 for the bottom, 6 for the top. So now, once you've got it like this, I'm gonna set this aside, and I'm gonna show you this super, super pretty ribbon that we are going to use for our Happy Camper. Look how great this is gonna be. So here's our sign. And we've got this awesome swirl ribbon. And grab this one aside. And then we've got red. And then we've got the same for our bow. We've got the red and the swirl, but check out this gingham. Isn't this gonna be fantastic? I'm so excited, I can't wait. I cannot wait. All right, so these are cut into 12-inch tails. So you've got your red and you've got your turquoise. Let me move this up here. And what you do, I went ahead and cut them. They're all dovetailed already, so you guys didn't have to sit there and watch me dovetail everything. So what you do is you're gonna hold up your ribbon. Let me zoom in here for you. And you're going to put it, this is wired ribbon, by the way. So you're gonna put your wired edges together. And I'm right-handed, so I put it in my left hand, because then I'm gonna take my scissors, and I'm using my right hand for my scissors. So I'm going to take the wired edge on my left, my scissors in my right, and I'm gonna cut towards the ceiling. And not too much. If you see that, it's not a whole big cut, it's not a lot. And then when you open it, it makes your dovetail. We're gonna continue that on all our tails, on both ends. So again, we put our metal wired edges together in our left hand, and then we cut on an angle to the ceiling with our right hand, and we do that on both sides. And these are 12-inch tails. Throw that away. These are 12-inch tails that we dovetail. And there's 12 spots, so you're gonna have 12 of the turquoise, and then you're gonna have 12 of the red. And what I like to do is to get myself set up ahead of time, I like to stack them how I'm going to put them in. I like to do, you know, the prettier one, or, you know, the favorite one. I like that one to show. So I usually put that one on the top part, because that one will be the dominant fabric. That'll be the dominant color. That's a better way to say it. So that'll be your dominant wreath color. So if you like the red better on top, you could have the red, and more red of a wreath, or if you want more of the turquoise to show, you put that on top. So I just like to stack them up. I think I'll zoom back out there for you. I just like to stack them up and have them ready to go off to my side. And so what I'll do now is I'm going to bring my wreath over, and everywhere that we just put our mesh, I'm going to put a set, I'll put a set of the ribbon tails. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna do the same thing like I walked up my mesh. I'm gonna walk up my ribbon, and I'm gonna pull it down like this. And I'm gonna put it in between. I'm gonna cross it over real tight, pull it against, away from each other, pull it, twist, twist. And this one you can twist a couple times, because we're gonna cut it when we're done. And then we will spread open our tails so that they go every other. So it's gonna be turquoise, red, turquoise, red. And then we'll go to our next one. Put a couple over here, a couple here. So again, line it up. We're gonna walk it over, bend it towards us so that the tails will be facing out. Because we're gonna go around and do the same thing around the top. So if you have them going up in every way, when you put in your next level, you're gonna hide it. And I wanna show mine. So pull across, and we're gonna do it a couple of times because we're gonna cut this. So don't be afraid to get up in there and pull them apart, separate them, and play with it. And you can go ahead and cut them if you want to as you go. And I can show you that step too. We'll cut this with the pliers, and then just like to tuck it under. Go back and do that one, tuck that. Okay. All right, so moving right along here. Roll it up towards us. Cross it, pull it tight, twist it several times. I like to separate it before I cut it. Pull them apart. So we left off red, turquoise, red, turquoise, red. Give it a good cut there with your pliers, and we'll give it a little tuck out of the way. And keep going. Bend it in. Pull it tight and twist a few times. And give it a good cut. You want to leave a little bit of a nub so that you have something to hang on to, and twist it under. And so we've got red, turquoise, red, turquoise, red. Try to line There we go. Bend it towards me. Make it tight and twist it around. There we go. Cut it off. I prefer to do the separating before the cutting, and I don't know why I did that twice now that way, but I did. Use that one last. Pull it tight, twist, 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 twist. All right. So spread it open. Got our red with our turquoise, and then our turquoise next to the red. All right, and there we have it. That is our first layer. It's our first level right there. You see that? So pretty. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Look at this. It's gonna be fantastic. So excited. All right, so we're gonna continue to do the same thing. Throw these little tails away. We're gonna continue now with the inside level. Oh, I forgot to cut that one. I'll come back and cut it. And tuck it. All right. We're gonna go to the inside level now. Zoomed out, all right. Something heavy to hold it down. It's okay if you put it up in the air because it's just gonna come our way anyway. So start with a curl to hide the ends so it doesn't fray. Pinch and walk a mesh to me and up. And then take this off. Use my thumb to go ahead and start curling that down. It should automatically start to curl in. And then I'm gonna bring our wreath back and we're gonna find our upper pipe cleaners from the top. And we're gonna do the same thing we did on the bottom all the way around. I'm gonna give it a good pull, twist, and twist. All right, can leave it all fluffed. And then we'll go to our next one. So we have 6 on the top, 6 on the bottom. So we have 12 total at 30 inches. And just repeat, just walk it on up. Curl in this side to curl in our edges. Make our little bow tie. Find our next one. Cross real tight, cross, cross. And then we just kind of fluff and join in with the rest. That way we can move it around. And what we tried to do is we try to hide that metal. We don't want to see that wreath form. Pull to the next one. Little baby curl. Walking it up. Now, not every mesh and ribbon wreath that you do will have this method. This one here is a nice poofy, fun type style to do your mesh, but not every single wreath will be this way. There's so many different ones. I also do a pancake style. I've done just curls. I've done curls and Cruffles. I've done 3 curls at a time. You can, the possibilities are endless. You can mix them all up and do it how you choose. You should always, oh, what am I doing? Grabbed a ribbon, I'm talking. Still on mesh, still on mesh. So depending on the wreath kit that you have chosen, this one, if you're doing Happy Camper, then you're all set because this is already gonna be cut at 30 for you. If you have a different wreath kit, but it's still sign on the bottom and bow on top from Krazy and Krafty, then the idea will be the same when we do like the pancake style will be the same, except for you won't do these little curls first, these little curly cues. You'll just take your mesh, and it's going to be 20-inch, and you're going to walk it up, but you're not going to start with these curls here. It's not going to be as full. And I'll do some tutorials on those as well. Maybe I'll do some lives by then. Cross over and twist, twist. Fix this all up. All right, it looks like we have 2 left. It up, find our next spot on the top. Go, cross it over, tight, twist, twist, and fluff. Crisscross them so that we hide all that wire. All right, we have 1 left. All right, curl it, and then squinch it, and just bring it in all the way. Try to stay as straight as you can in the middle, so both sides turn out the same. We're gonna curl in and pinch. All right, I don't need that anymore. We'll bring it in. Zoom in so you guys can see. This is our last one. Cross over tight, twist, twist, and then go ahead and manipulate it however you need to. All right, so that's what it looks like when we've got our first level for the inside. Isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness, I love it, I love it, I love it. It's gonna be fantastic. Look at that, look at that, look at that. All right, now we're gonna do the same thing with our ribbon. We're gonna match up our tails. I still like the turquoise on top. Pinching it in, pinch it towards me, and here we go. We're gonna do our top level. First of 6, cross tight, and then twist, and we're gonna do it a lot of times. And then spread open our ribbon. And then, oh, I do need that actually. Bring that back. All right. And we're gonna cut and tuck. All right. Oh my goodness, so stinking cute. All right, and we're doing it again. Cording it in, pull it down. I'll zoom it in for you, you can see. Cross it over, tight. then twist a couple times. And then don't be afraid, we're gonna manipulate the ribbon and put it how we want it. Pull it apart. And so we left off with the red, turquoise, red, turquoise, red. All right, it's coming along. I'll zoom out so you guys can see again. We're gonna walk it up, bring it down towards you. Cross and pull it tight and twist a bunch of times. Gives us a little base, a little nub that we can cut off. Stretch open. And cut it and tuck it. Very good, very good. It's coming together. I'm so excited. All right. Just a couple more times. Pull tight, cross, 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 cross. Stretch it out. There we go. And give it a little trim. About an inch or so of a nub and tuck it. Very good. White, red, turquoise, red, turquoise, red. And line them up. Pinch them in, pull it down. Cross, cross, cross. Feel free to leave a comment if you like. Whoops, going the wrong way for the video. Also, we are on Facebook as Krazy and Krafty, and also Instagram. It's Krazy_N_Krafty. So pull this in, pull it tight, and twist, twist, twist a couple times. Manipulate our ribbon, turquoise red, turquoise red. And cut our last one here. All right. And there we have it. So that's our base. We'll set that aside. Now we're gonna work on our sign. So we have 4 pipe cleaners that will go on the back. We did our cable tie mounts earlier. We glued them in. And so what we'll do is we'll just feed it through, and we'll do the same thing. Pull it tight and we'll twist a couple times. And then we'll just repeat that on all 4. Cross over and twist a couple times. All right, so then that is ready to go. I think I forgot to cut this one here. that. All right, so now we want to decide where is a good place to put the sign. And what I like to do is I like to hide these little nubs that we did. So when we make our bow on the top, that'll hide these. So then I like to concentrate on hiding these four here at the bottom, and those up at the top will be hidden by the bow. So I try to line up my wreath to where the sign will hide those four corners, if you will. This is rounded, but so what we'll do is it'll go right through the mesh, and we're going to try to latch on, and we're going to just twist it around our metal form underneath. So we're just going to go straight through the mesh, and I like to grab it underneath and pull it down. And I'll pull it over, and I'll secure it down by twisting it around the metal wire form. Just give it a couple twists. And then I like to come over and do the opposite side. So I'm going to take these two here on this corner, the kitty corner from it, and then we'll secure it down the same way. Go through the spot in the mesh, just grab it. You can pull it and you can feel it through with your fingers. And then I like to just twist them together. Just give it a few twists. And then we'll repeat and go down on the other side. And we'll finish up the same way. Give it a good twist. And our last one on the sign here. Oops, sorry. Zoom it out. And grab another one. Same way, pull it through, go on wire form, twist it, and twist, twist, twist. All right, we can move and manipulate our ribbon. And so far so good. It's so stinking cute. All right, that's what we have so far. Oh my goodness, I love it. All right, so now we're gonna move along and we're gonna make our bow. And I have this guy here to help me. So I'm going to take my red ribbon first, open it up, and this is cut to 53 inches. I'm going to do a 7-inch tail. And I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to twist it and set it down. And this is basically, it's just being my extra hands for me. So it's going to hold it in place for me. And I'm going to do the next, I think it's going to be a 6-inch loop. And I like to take out my pinky finger here. And then I give it a twist. So I've got my 6-inch loop. I twist it. And I'll pull that up. And I'll find where the 6-inch is again. Mark it with my baby finger. That's how I like to do that. Put it through the middle and give it a twist. Now this one is red on both sides, so it doesn't really make a difference. The twist is to help hold it and stabilize it. But when you have the pattern one, you'll see next where it's important that you come back with it and then you do a twist so that every time you make a loop, the pretty pattern will be on the outside. So we're going to do 3 loops and 2 tails. So one more at 6 inches. And this last one, you don't have to make a twist. So that's our bottom. All right, so now I'm going to take out this beautiful turquoise and red with the swirls, and I'm going to do the same exact thing, only we started on this side here with our 7-inch tail. Well, now we're going to do the same thing, 7-inch tail, 6-inch loops, but we're going to start it with our tail on this side. So we're going to go a little bit opposite. And now you'll see what it does if you don't do the twist, and if you don't have it on the opposite side, then you'll have your pretty sides inside to each other. So here's the 7-inch here, and we're going to want to make a twist. So we've got our 7-inch tail. We'll pull it down. So now because we have that twist, when we come out here to measure for our 6 inches again with our pinky, when we come back inside, our pretty pattern is on the outside. We do 6 inches and we're down. So now here we twist so that our pattern will be ready again. If we don't twist it, what happens is you come out, but when you come back in, you'll have the ugly side up, and we don't want that. This is way too pretty to have the ugly side be hidden. And so here we go. We got our 6-inch tail again, and then we do our twist. Move these out of our way. And then come back again with our 6-inch loop with our pinky down. And this one, again, you don't have to make your twist at the end because we're just going to leave it down flat. And you notice I did not dovetail the ends of these ribbons yet because we're going to put this up on our above our sign. We're going to attach it, and then we'll dovetail it as we need fit, because it might be, this might be too long and hide our camper, which is way too cute, our sign. So we might want really short tails. We might want to dovetail them at different lengths. So no point in cutting them if we're going to cut them again. So this one here, our gingham, isn't that cute? They're turquoise and white. This one is cut at 51 inches. Get our pipe cleaner ready. So this side, we started on the tail on the left. This side, we start with our tail on the right. Now we're going to come back and have our final one is going to be on the bottom, but this one on our left is going to be a 6-inch tail and a 5-inch loop. Okay, so we're going to measure out our 6 inches, and this one is double-sided, so it won't matter. And that's about the size of our loops here, 6 inches. And we're going to twist. And we're going to come out to the 5-inch mark this time with our pinky. Put it in and twist. And then we're going to come out. I like to open these up. I like to open these up so I can see my measurement still. So we did 5" here. I'm gonna come out, put my pinky down on the 5 and bring it in. Do our twist. Make this one match there with our pinky and twist. Now this final one, we did another twist because we're not done yet. We're gonna make a little button in the center for the bow. So it's gonna be about a 2" button. So we did our twist and now we're gonna come out about 2 inches, 2 to 3 inches here, and then we can bring it down. And the way that we do the bow now is we're going to bring it in half. And it's important that we know that we are going to, this is the top of our bow. And then the bottom part will have the pipe cleaners coming out the bottom so that we can stick it through just like we did the sign for attaching to the wreath. So we slide it up carefully and pinch it. And then we're going to put the pipe cleaner over the top. And then I like to kind of use my 4 fingers here and kind of pinch it towards me, like between my thumb and my fingers, kind of do a pinch in and get it real tight. And then twist the pipe cleaner. You can twist it around a couple times, not too much because you do need some length to get through. So make sure it's nice and tight. And then this step here, you can either fluff your bow now, or you can fluff your bow when it's on the wreath. It's completely your choice. Bring the tails down here. So it should look like 2 of our red, and then the 1 turquoise with the red swirls, and then 2 of the gingham on top of the red. And we have our tails down. Let's pull them down. And we'll do the same thing. And this side should be the opposite. This side should be 1 red, 2 of the swirls, and then 1 turquoise. And I did this way on purpose on the bow because I wanted the turquoise gingham to pop with the red behind it. So if I rotated and did turquoise, red, turquoise, then when you split them open, it would be turquoise, turquoise. And I wanted it to really pop on the red. So that's why I chose to do red, turquoise with the swirls, and then turquoise. So you can go ahead and open them up if you'd like here. I usually open up a little bit here just because I get excited and I like to see what the bow is gonna look like before I get it situated on the wreath. And then I go back and do a whole lot of fluffing again after, just to get it right. A little bit perfectionist that way, but it's all good. Open that up, and then gingham here, open this up. And I like to turn my button so it's horizontal to my bow. So there it is so far. It's super cute. Love these colors, oh my goodness. All right, so now I'm ready to go ahead and stick it in the wreath form, and then we can play with it some more and cut our dovetails. So I'm gonna put it up here, and I want to cover these. I want to cover up these nubs here on both sides. So I want to put my bow here, but I don't want it too low where it's covering my sign. But I do want to cover these up. So I'm going to turn this around here, turn my bow around, and get a good placement and good feel with my eye. Look and see how I think I would like the bow to sit. And then I can cut and trim my tails as I need to. So I think that's going to be pretty good. I think that hides on both sides. It's a good center and it's not going to hide anything. Okay, so then now I'll go through like I did with the sign and find my form. Feel for it with your fingers. And we're going to pull it down. Nice and tight. And we'll give it a couple good twists. And turn it around, and then we can play with and manipulate our ribbon, get it situated how we like it, and then we can get our scissors out and dovetail how we like it. All right, so we're going to put it to the left. Cut to the ceiling. That's a pretty good length there. Metal to the left. Cut up to the left. Don't be afraid to get in there and really move it around how you want to. One more set left. And I think this one is a little bit longer than this one. So I'm gonna, and then it can be any length that you want it to be. So I'm gonna give this one a trim here. Same with this one, but I think I want my swirls to go a little bit shorter. So that they don't cover my sign. So cut that a little bit. And this is why we didn't cut them sooner. Oops, I caught on my ring. So we can go back and adjust it however we like it later. No point not cutting it earlier. We're just going to cut it again. All right. And then I like to take my fingers and do like a little curl here. With the ribbons. Gives it a little extra little flair, just like you do with scissors. And if you ever take it and you get the ribbon and you like make curls, you can do the same thing with the ribbon with your fingers. You just do it between your two fingers and that'll make a little bit of a curl for you. Of course, when you have longer tails, you get even more of a curl flow to it. Gives it a little bit of extra little flair there. There we have it. We just made a wreath together. All right, so if you have any questions at all, if you have purchased this wreath kit and you have any questions or anything for us, you can email us at crazyandkrafty@gmail.com, and we'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions for you. And there we have it. We got our happy camper wreath. Oops, sorry. Here it is. thanks for joining me to make this wreath tonight. And we look forward to doing some lives with you as well, make some more wreaths together. And I hope everybody has a great night. Talk to you soon. Time to get a little crazy. Bye.